Hello, this is Stickman Sonics, and I'm going to be showing you today how to change the batteries and do some other modifications to your Sonic Cane. So first of all, you'll need to remove the screws around here. There's 4 of them. I've already got 2 removed just for ease of this, but I'm going to go take these out. And you'll need, tools you'll need for this, a flathead screwdriver that fits into these screws, obviously. So maybe medium, I'd say medium size or something. Should be a good fit. If it's too loose, it can come out easily and scratch stuff up. If it's too big, it won't fit in, obviously. And you also may need a very tiny, small flathead screwdriver. But we'll get to that later. So first, go ahead and remove these screws. You may be able to do it by hand once you get them a little loose, but be careful. Be very gentle and go in slow at it. Don't be in a hurry, because if you slip out of those slotted heads, you could easily scratch up the paint here. That wouldn't be nice. Although if you did scratch it up, you could paint it again. If you do scratch it and want to repaint it, I used Rust-Oleum semi-gloss black paint. You could use the same thing to touch it up and it'd be just fine. But of course, take this part out. So then this part, you have to take the screws out. This part comes out, that's a head. Now be careful, the wires are shot to the button down here, so be careful with that. Don't pull too tight or the wires might break. They shouldn't, but anyway, here's your electronics component here. Just remove these 2 small screws here. I'm not going to do that here, but it's easy enough to take the screws out. Then this little top comes off. You replace the 3 batteries right there, LR44s. And then there you go. Put it back together and put your screws back in. Now, of course, one thing you'll look out for when you put it back together is that this screw here should be on the same side in line with the button. So that's how they did it on the prop. So that's how I'm doing it on this. I mean, you could turn it and it would work just fine, probably. And yeah. That's so it's pretty simple to do that. Alright, so next I'm going to show you the slight modification we can do to the head here. Now you can see there's some little gaps between these hemisphere quarters here, and it's almost impossible to not have any gaps when you got little springs down there and very tight. You have to have super tight tolerances, too tight for me to get. And even on the original prop, if you look at the photos, it's not perfect. It doesn't close all the way. I mean, if you want it to be closed all the way because you're doing it to cane, well, you have your hand on it, right? But if you, and then when it's open, you can't even tell. But to close it, hold it all together and push down. And then if you, as you see, even when it's pushed all the way down, there's still a little bit of a gap there. One thing that we can adjust is these screws here. Now if you see when it's down here, those screws are just under one side of the claw part right there. The screws will be just under that side. So you can adjust those screws, you can loosen them slightly to push out on the bottom of that claw and make it push in more. Of course, they're only on one side, so it'll be a little uneven. I won't be able to get it perfect, but if you have one that seems to be 1/4 of this quarter sphere that seems to be sticking out a little bit too much, you can mess with that. Be gentle, because those are just threaded in plastic, so don't tighten them too much, obviously, but you can loosen them a little bit, and that should be able to help you get that adjusted if you need to. So I hope that is everything you need to figure out your Sonic Cane. If you need any more help with this, or any other questions or anything, I don't check my YouTube comments that often, but you could message me on Etsy or on Instagram. So I hope you enjoy the Sonic Cane, and allons-y!